You are a feisty one, I'll give you that, he wheezed. Seems my brother chose well for his mate. And his friend's mate. I clenched my teeth against the pain in my back as I got on my knees and leveraged myself up. I stood and held my ground, my hands balling into fists at my side. Already I could feel the soreness in my back. It was going to make sleeping really painful, I knew. "Why would you do this?" I demanded, ignoring his comment. "Why would you take me? What could I possibly have to help you gain anything? It's clear you're in this for power, right?"
"Right."
He nodded, and I took some pleasure in the fact that he still looked pale. When he stood, he did so slightly hunched as he moved further from me and back towards the door to lean against the wall alongside it. It didn't matter. I'd done what I wanted. I knew there was no way I'd get much more than one hit in. I was effectively trapped here, and even if I did manage to escape, I knew nothing about the king's castle. Sure, I'd grown up in Amnestia, but I hadn't ever left the small abbey I'd been raised in until I'd met the princes.
"It's more than that, little changeling,"
he said gruffly. I narrowed my gaze on him and waited. Slowly, ever so slowly, Tyr straightened his back and looked at me.
"I admit," he said, "originally, I was bored."
My mouth dropped open. That couldn't be right. He couldn't possibly be telling me that he did all of this, betrayed his race and his brother, because he was bored. As if sensing my thoughts, he grinned ruefully.
"I'm sure my little brother has told you very little, if anything, about his home court. The Court of Midnight is as secretive as it is powerful," he said. "We are taught from birth to play the game, and play it well."
"What game?" I demanded. "Life and death. That's no game." Tyr tilted his head and slowly lowered his eyes until they had passed over the rest of me.
"There is a reason we keep to ourselves. A reason why ours is the court called upon for action and war, little changeling."
I snarled, hating it when he called me that. They, my princes, could call me that, but he couldn't. He ignored the sound and continued.
"The Court of Midnight possesses old magic, ancient and dangerous magic. We were the ones called upon when courts of old needed to be taught a lesson."
When courts of old needed to be taught a lesson. My lips parted, and shock rocketed through me.